What's going on, everybody? This is Durka. What are we bringing you a new Should You Pull video? A little late, but they didn't give us too much time for this one, so we're here to discuss our upcoming Sith Lord, Mysterious Heroine MHX Alter, or Ecchan, as she's also known as. Aesthetically, she's probably one of my favorite servants in the game, so I may be a bit biased, but when you got something as memey as Mysterious Heroines, being Star Wars, Saber Wars, whatever, you can't help but love them. Especially, honestly, all of her sprites are amazing. So, if you are excited, remember to like, comment, subscribe to become a today. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. Linked in the description below. We'll be doing some pulls on stream. We got some stuff coming up for you. We'll have a summoning thing going on. Probably that'll be up Sunday or Monday. So look forward to that. Otherwise, let's jump into the card setup. She has a quick Arts Buster card setup. That gives us another non-3 Buster card Zerker. For example, like Mama Raikou, Vlad, those are some examples of non-Buster card Zerkers. But she has 2 quick cards instead. She sports the nice Zerker damage modifier and 3 hits on her quick, 2 on her arts, and 4 on her Buster with 5 hits on the extra attack. Not a bad number of hits, and she has some really cool animations to boot. Her MP gain is also pretty good with these hits, so overall it does work pretty well together. But yeah, let's jump into those skills. So our first skill is Infinity Black Bean Paste EX. Well, this increases her own healing receipt for 3 turns and recovers her own HP up to 2k at level 10. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, and it's not a bad skill. It's kind of unique to have on a Zerker, since this is like this big heal acts as her only get out of jail free card, where maybe an evade or invincibility something would be more useful. Otherwise, it's nice as a quick heal, but it's definitely not the priority skill. 100%, don't worry too much about it. Moving on to her second skill, I'm going to talk about the buff version of it because it does get buffed like just like 2 or 3 months after she's released. So, Instantaneous Shadowless Blade C+. Increases her own quick performance for 3 turns and gains crit stars. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, so 3 turns, 5-turn cooldown, that's a lot of uptime. Skill is really good after the buff, like I said. It starts off as Instinct, but within a couple months, she'll get that skill upgrade, add that quick performance buff up, and we set. You're going to be keeping up your damage consistently because of that one skill, and that really does push her over as a quick powerhouse. After it's buffed is probably her best skill. It's definitely her best skill, and it does a great job. So, third skill is Sovereign's Invisible Hand C. It reduces one ally star absorption by 100% for 1 turn, and increases attack for 3 turns. This is also on a 5-turn cooldown. All her skills are on a 5-turn cooldown. Pretty nice. So, this is the Charisma skill that a lot of characters have, with a little extra part to it. Hers is the 20% attack buff, while decreasing 1 unit star absorption so that she herself has a better chance of gaining stars. As a Zerker, you don't have the best star gain, so it makes sense. If you're using like 2 casters as support, you can help make sure they don't absorb most of the stars. This can really help out a lot. As of release, this is probably her best skill, but I am definitely going to be focusing on her Instinct skill, even though it doesn't get buffed for a while, for a couple months. A Charisma buff is not the most important thing in the world when you have a bunch of other characters who can supply that as well. But, so let's go on to the passive skills. Just like real quick, she does have Mad Enhancement, but it's only C rank, so it's not like a crazy modifier. She's also not like a triple Buster Zerker or a Buster Noble Phantasm Zerker, so it's not that big of a deal what it is exactly. But, it works. And then they finally did something and changed up changed up her next skill. Instead of being like magic resistance, she gets Alter Reactor. Alter Reactor A, which is exactly the same thing as magic resistance. So, cool. That's the passive skills. Now, what you all been waiting for, the Noble Phantasm, the meme, the legend, Cross Caliber, Black Dragon Twin Blade, a victory. So this MP is just dope. It's like combo. She gets her Darth Maul lightsaber. It's everything we all wanted. It's an anti-unit quick Noble Phantasm. Deals damage to 1 enemy and deals extra damage to Saber class enemies. As an overcharge effect. making her a Zerker who loves to trash sabers. So she already has the 1.5 times damage modifier, and now her NP hits them even harder too, which is awesome. It's awesome. There are a lot of sabers that could probably take, would like to have that beating. If you're doing Camelot, she might be helpful. Even though Uriel and Orion are just as good. But, as a Zerker, she does get that general purpose usage. But you can really tell this NP, the style, takes a lot from Sword Art Online. I think the artist is actually the same for both of them, so that might be it. I'm not 100% sure. I think I read that. It was the same. You can correct me in the comment section below. But yeah, let's go on to those traits. She's got actually a pretty low attack stat compared to other 5-star Zerkers. Higher HP because of that. But yeah, no, it's even lower than Vlad's, I believe. So it's she's definitely on the lower end of the attack stat for 5-star Zerkers, which is unfortunate. But as a Zerker, she does have a good NP gain, like relatively speaking. And everything else wise, her stats are pretty standard for a Zerker. But the NP gain is definitely a nice little bonus. Alright, let's move into those CEs real quick. I was thinking about it a little bit, and there's a couple ways you could run her, right? You could run her just as a massive damage dealer. You could run her as a quick buster, or like a quick unit, or a buster unit. But at the end of the day, I came down to the fact that general damage for right now and NP damage would be pretty important for her kit. So I ended up choosing Golden Sumo just because that's just general damage for everything and a 50% NP charge. Oof, very nice, very nice. Launch Order. I know a lot of people might not have Launch Order, but it is a 4-star CE. And it gives a buster in quick buff. We don't really get anything better than this modifier until like Gouda 3, I want to say. That's a long time. It's a long time. And then a crowd like Dumpling over Flowers would work great as well because it does give that quick buff and NP damage buff. So that's probably my preferred one for her. I don't have AMLB Dumplings over Flowers, unfortunately, so rip me, but that's okay. These all help her, just like I said, do more general damage or focus on the quick NP side of her kit. So yeah, now let's move on to those party members. So for once, we can take out Merlin Waver and we'll throw in Scotty Waver. I know Scotty's not out yet. Of course she's not going to be out for a while, but it's still worth mentioning because as soon as Scotty comes out, MHX Alter becomes a monster. Like, wow. Wow. Like, no problems. No problems. But being more realistic, other characters like Jack could help by creating the crit stars, enough crit stars for the whole team to use. And other characters with similar decks could work as well. Something like Okita comes to mind because she also helps generate a lot of stars because she hits a lot of times. She has great NP gain. You can chain their NPs ideally, and they're both saber faces, so it's nice to have on the same team, right? And then I was thinking more of a supporty role. You could throw in David. He gives that party evade, which helps cover her, lack of having a evade skill or a guts or something like that to get her out of jail for free. Just to give her some safety. And I know, like I said, we don't have to say Merlin, but like Merlin still works. She does have 2 buster cards. Merlin's MP gives NP gain and the crit stars and healing, especially with her increased healing from her first skill. Merlin actually does work pretty well with her, and which I thought was crazy. I thought was crazy, but at least that's my opinion on the matter. So definitely got some options. It's not that, hey, she's quick, she's very niche. No, she get a job done. She get the job done. All right, so should you pull Ecchan, MHX Alter, the Sith Lord herself? I really want her. I've been biased this whole time. I will definitely pull for her. On release, is she the best? Is she the best unit gameplay wise? No, 100% no. I can't even lie about that, right? But yeah, it just works, right? It just works. But with Scotty and her initial buffs that come out a couple months after she's released, she becomes much more usable. Low cooldowns and a hard-hitting NP can put a lot of work in. So I will pull for her because waifu reasons for now. She's def waifu material, and if that's what you need, go pull for her. Her banner does not come back often, I believe twice, including initial release, and then with the random chance of guaranteed to get her out of a huge pool. So yeah, I'm going to be pulling for her. And I hope you guys end up pulling for it too. So if you do, let me know. If you are excited for this banner, remember to like, comment, subscribe, become a movie today. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord, linked in the description below. Otherwise, this has been Durka, Whataweeb, and sayonara.